about it for fucking hours upon hours upon hours and fucking memeing the fuck out of my timeline with it. But go ahead, Jules. I didn't mean to interrupt you, and I'm glad that you're not one of those motherfuckers that say that you have something when you don't.
Welcome to the Bloodboy stream for today. We're going to be jumping in and joining David Gockstein's stream and Jules as we discuss meme coins, learn about what's happening in the market. And overall, I'm seeing a pretty nice recovery for Ethereum and Bitcoin. With this trend continuing, I expect to see more strength in the markets, more liquidity returning, and just overall health, which is going to be great for all the projects such as Bloodboy and the ones who have been putting the work in. Primarily, the main thing that you want to see is just the liquidity and volume returning, and that comes back as consumer confidence in the meme coin space returns. And firstly, that is led by Bitcoin, which has just hit, I believe, 62,000. So let's hope this trend continues. We're going to go and listen into David's space now for a little bit, and then hopefully hop on stage and join in on the conversation.
Started fucking around and vibing with it. But I see far more now that the game is out here, especially with spaces and everything like that. And the way social media algorithms work is they have a higher reward ratio that they give to videos over JPEGs and JPEGs over just a giant wall of text, right? And so Ponky right now has at least once a month, they go viral, and people don't talk about it on the timeline because of the whole herd mentality. But where are they going viral, Jules? Well, they're getting 1 million views a video on TikTok once a month with people who don't even hold crypto because they just think it's hilarious. They have an Instagram with I think it's close to 400,000 followers. And I think the best way that I heard it put is that while a lot of meme coins right now are focusing on the market cap battle, and it could be very brutal and savage out there. They're trying to tear one down or get liquidity from this one or pump this one up. The truth is we just have a limited amount of liquidity in the market right now. The masses haven't come. So while every meme coin, virtually, the thesis on Punky is fighting for liquidity and the market cap and the followers and things like that, what Ponky's focused on is expanding to platforms where the normies already are, while it's not cool to buy crypto. And they're getting market penetration with people just purely off of the content, and they're going viral. And so I'll link that back, and then I'll land the plane. You're telling me that, as much as the game is on X right now, that you don't want a viral machine that you've bought into? That's what I want to be into, because what's going to capture the most liquidity is the projects that can capture the most attention. When the money's flying in, how much liquidity can we capture? It'll be the ones that are doing the content that captures the most attention. So any coin project, meme coin, utility project that can absolutely rip and pump out videos constantly on the daily, they're going to stand a greater chance of capturing that liquidity, right? So that's kind of my thesis on it. It's already viral on other platforms, and so they're playing a little bit of a longer game. And if you actually look at the chart before everything took a shit, such a beautiful chart, man. New all-time high, retrace 70%. New all-time high, retrace 60%, 70%. New all-time high, set a new floor. So it is a bullish chart. And if you actually look at it now, I was talking about this yesterday on my daily Ponky space. The daily RSI on Ponky was yesterday the lowest it had been since virtually launch. So it's a clean shot at like a viral content machine, even at these market caps. That's my thesis on Punky.
I got to look into it more. I legit got to look into Punky more, and maybe I'll scoop some up, um, and kind of like add to my positions on it. Because I've seen it just up until recently, and obviously, I know what crashes in that shit, right?
That's the other thing. He said that's his second favorite meme coin. I think he posted that today. So there's some support there too.
So crashes in that. So
He calls, yeah, he regularly calls Ponky and Bobo.
Crash has been, a big supporter of Bobo, and also I've seen in his portfolio that he has Ponky. But it's crazy. That shit hit the timeline really late. At least on my timeline, it hit really late. Like it wasn't like there when when the shit just popped off. So, uh, but yeah, I'll take a look, man. I wrote it down just now, so I will take a look, man. Bloodboy, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, David, Jules, Guardian, Shogun, everybody else who may or may not be on stage because spaces are glitchy as hell. I just want to touch base on what Jules was saying about Ponky. I think that they're underrated for the way that they're expanding into socials that people are not taking advantage of, as well as streaming that people are not taking advantage of correctly, and the other platforms. You can't, I mean, you could, but it's very expensive. You can't really control market cap, you can't control the market, but what you can control, I think, is the engagement that you get from your project. Like, for example, Bloodboy, we started live streaming our shows and built a virtual studio. We use Restream. We go live to multiple platforms, and we've been actually getting more viewers on our live stream than some of the spaces we're actually in, which is crazy. So when it comes to video content, I think projects really need to understand that, and I've been in marketing for about 15 years, the platforms are all geared towards video. They don't give a crap about static images. So you need to find a way to create a lot of content, put it out on all platforms. And while you can't control anything with a lot of parts of the market, by growing your engagement when the market comes back, you're going to have a huge leg up. And that's like what we've been focusing on. I think that's been a huge part of Ponky's success as well. Obviously, you host one of the largest crypto shows, but it's all about video these days. And that's something that projects need to really understand and focus on.
I made the transition. I've always been on video, but like, I took some time to be on Spaces, and then I kind of understood quickly that, I have to get back to my podcast, and I got to get back to doing like live streams. And as soon as I did that, I mean, like the numbers, I don't know. It definitely, this platform is definitely geared towards video. So like when you say that, that these assets and these meme assets and these projects need to come out with video type of content, I totally agree with fucking that. That shit will push to the top of the algorithms. So any asset in here that, yeah, the fucking art is dope, but like there are people that can take that art and, create some really dope fucking animations out of it. Um, and the ones that do that will be shown at the top of the algorithm, no doubt about it. Look at fucking TikTok. Look at TikTok and fucking Instagram, and I don't know if so much YouTube, but like particularly Instagram and TikTok. Like you put something on there, that shit really can go viral, man. Just one video. You do 30 videos, yeah, nobody's hitting it, but the 31st video, bro, something about that video hits, and like everybody now is fucking talking about XYZ fucking token. All of a sudden, it becomes a fucking huge shit. Look at the fucking guy, that dog. What's that guy's name? That dog face guy who wrote that fucking, fucking skateboard while he's just drinking some cranberry juice.
Oh yeah, like he's sort of like the Hispanic guy, just like
Yeah,
having the best vibes in the world.
that was so. It's really cool, and I'm gonna bring him onto the show because I now have his content, and I just like I really just want to talk to him about his viral moment and stuff. And it's really cool to know that this dude did not want to put out that video. So like he recorded that video going to work, and like he was just playing that, and he put on that jam from Fleetwood Mac, I think that's their names. He put on that jam, and he showed it to his family, and they said post it. I think it was his daughter who said post it up, and he's like, nah, nah, I think it's whack. She was like, nah, post that up. That was a real moment. So he puts that on and he goes fucking viral, right? So he's been doing TikToks and all that shit, but a video that he didn't even like, there was no planning to it. He posts that shit up and like everybody's copying. He's fucking like making appearances, Snoop Dogg, all this shit, bro. And that's what can happen to any project here. It just takes, a real some really good content to put out there. Uh, don't fucking overthink it. Just fucking shoot away and see what happens, man. Especially with, again, I'm gonna go back to it. There's so many dope ass artists in this fucking space that it's fun to fucking look at this fucking content that's coming out. So yeah, I don't mean to
Well,
hog at the mic.
no, well, and I just want to like what Bloodboy is doing. Like, so there's the feed algorithm, and if you kind of break it down, pretty much every project out there that's grinding around the clock or putting lots of money or whatever, like, if they got a CEX listing, we wouldn't really know except through X because this is where we're at, right? So we're heavily reliant on these algorithms. But Spaces has its own algorithm. And that's why I'm really bullish on what Bloodboy is doing. Because if you're doing a live broadcast, you get a different color box, but you also get priority. You show at the top of the live on X section. If you're on your desktop, it's off to the right. And I've been noticing over the past like probably 3 weeks an uptick of people who will come on stage, and then it's very obvious they have no fucking clue about crypto. No clue. Like, hey man, I was on a space the other night with Nobu. Hey man, like, how did you get in here, bro? And he said, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really follow anybody on crypto." Like, listen to this. This is gonna be the bull run right here. I don't follow anybody on crypto. I just opened up the app and I noticed it said live on X and I saw a bunch of crypto stuff about crypto and it made me think, oh yeah, Bitcoin. So I just thought I'd come in here. I just kind of stumbled in. This live on X algorithm, what Bloodboy does, what a lot of the Bobo, what a lot of these projects, Moo, whatever, by just going into these algorithms, they're their own algorithms, meaning if I go speak on a stage, my followers get a notification, right? If I'm in a room, you can see it if you follow me. That's an algorithm. And these projects that are hanging out in live on X, they're getting market penetration. It's the rule of 7 in marketing. You need to see a message 7 times before you are like, okay, maybe I'll buy this. So there's the algorithm live on X. What Bloodboy's doing with this, they're pushing more video content, but they're doing these broadcasts. You actually get way more viewers on broadcasts. David, I think you did a live show the other day and you broadcast and there was 70 something thousand people in there, right? So
Yeah.
it's an attention magnet. And so projects that are not taking advantage of the Spaces algorithm by just go camp. I don't care if it's an open mic, if it's David's space, if it's another ticker space that's really huge. Like just go camp there and people see that and they go, oh, I recognize that. And you're advertising your brand for free in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. But the whole video thing you said, I'll land the plane because I don't want to hog the mic. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you acknowledged that about the algorithms and everything because the way I see it, like I was a bull that was born in euphoria and then nobody told me the party was going to end. So I made a lot of money in like the last 4 months of the bull run and then I didn't even know what a bear market was. That's how new I was in last cycle. And I was like, fuck. So I waited 2 years to the mind-numbing bull market. And what I remember from Euphoria is like, bro, everybody's content is going viral. Even if it's a JPEG, everybody's throwing money in, everybody's getting listings. Just the news of the listing is pumping everything. So if you can be a viral content machine, no one's really talking about that right now. But when the masses come in and all the noise goes up, cutting through everybody else's noise, you have to understand how these algorithms work and play to it. And videos, as I see it, is the way to cut through all that noise. That's why I'm so passionate on any project that's got animations.
I think that
Speaking of
it's
animations,
oh, sorry.
are you guys in Tally? I'm gonna say this again, and this is going to hurt people's ears and shit, but I'm gonna be fucking very repetitive. You guys got into Tally yet or no?
I
No.
just saw it all popping off last night. To be honest, all I knew was the old bad news, and I just saw it popping off last night. So no, I'm not in it, but yeah, I
I'm
have
not in
seen it.
it, but I've done we've done some good memes with it. From the moment it got whatever the towel pulled out from under it, and Sikasa said, "Fuck this, I'm gonna make it happen." I knew obviously the project was going to be good. Once you hear Sikasa get a little bit angry about something, and the art is amazing, so not in it, but I think that it's going to do big numbers.
I bet on Sakasa, man, and the artist. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna make it happen. So he can fucking look back and say, I told you so. Right? That's a good way to, that's also a good little of incentive to go ahead and look back and say, I told you so. Welcome to meme season. Blue chip assets, right? We'll talk about all the blue chip assets, your personal assets that you see as blue chips. I see SMS is on here. He has a show that he holds Monday and Wednesdays, and then he has one on Sundays. What's up, SMS?
Yo, what's going on, brother? Good conversation you guys are having, and had to chime in on this, and I definitely agree with the video. It's something I've been preaching for a while. I just did it because I like making content. I came from skateboarding, recording myself and my friends making videos, and I was like, this is fun. This is what we do. We post videos on forums before we had Instagram, and then you saw how the video content took over like the skateboarding world for sharing them, because it's short clips. It gets your attention. You can scroll through endlessly and people consume it, and it's just like that was the bread and butter right there. And it was obvious to me, and seeing how when Elon kind of took over this and really helped get the video on the timeline, I was like, damn, I'm just gonna do this. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna do this, and I'll refine it as I go, because like that's how I learned how to do everything. And started hosting these, and it's been fun, man. I enjoy it, and it's just I see that people gravitate towards it, and it's definitely, like you guys are saying, you're right on spot with where I'm thinking too. So keep doing it.
I could unmute. Good shit, man. Again, tune into SMS. He does his stuff on Monday and Wednesdays and also Sundays. Um, he breaks down, he's not just Solana though. I was talking to him about this. Not just Solana, man. Not just Solana.
Nah,
There's
not at
a
all. There's too much opportunity out there. I got started on Solana. I love it. It matched my initials, so like that's why I went with it. And honestly, it's an easier onboarding mechanism at this point to like get people in there. It's not as scary to tell somebody how much one coin is and they can get parts of it. It just is I don't know, easier for the people to get in. And I have to explain to my crowd of people, I'm like, look, there's other options out here with tons of opportunity, and it's getting easier. Like, one of the names of the game is, if you're the fastest, now you have a target. Everybody's going to try to catch up, everybody's going to try to compete, and eventually somebody's going to catch you. Like, that's just like, nobody thought you could break the mile in under 4 minutes until somebody did. So it's just that kind of thing. And it's just something that I learned from being in these different groups, like these spaces, like you're saying, just popping into something that looks familiar and just being open to listen to it. And there's some that's just bullcrap, and other stuff I write down. I'm like, man, I'm really glad I called it, that take, because I do my own homework and I get into it. But for me, Solana, there's just a lot of building. I'm kind of nerdy when it comes to the dev side and IT things, and it kind of just fit into where I was coming in. I think you said Jules, you were like 2021 when you got in. It was towards the end of the bear or whatever. That's kind of where I
Yeah.
was at, and I was able to support myself to go back to school and quit construction from crypto. So I was like, I gotta share this shit with other
Yeah, same.
people. Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just
No,
saying, yeah, same. Like, even though it was euphoria, like that's just those 4 months allowed me to go full time and
yep.
then stay in the market, the whole bear market.
Yeah, I only didn't finish my degree this year because the market heated up and towards the fall, towards spring. I was like, I'm not locking in. I'm going to be so focused on other things. I can't do it right now. I'll go back because school will be there. The market will die down eventually, and that'll be the right time for me. But no, man, it's a lot of fun, and seeing the way, like when I first got here, it was definitely spaces because the video thing wasn't there. But like you guys are saying, that's when YouTube, everybody was trying to be a content creator and get monetized through the content. That was before shorts were a big thing, because reels were kicking off on Instagram, TikTok, all of that those forms of content. That was the clear path, and that's how I got into it. Like, I saw videos on Instagram and TikTok talking about people trading Ethereum NFTs, and I was like, I'm getting involved with this now. Like, this looks fun. So, that's just how I got into it, and that's why I went this route. It wasn't for any other reason than I thought it was cool and fun to do. But here we are.
meme season, blue chip assets. We'll run the show for maybe probably another hour. I'm just doing this to obviously I didn't have my show today. Number one, I was tired as hell, 8 hours. That was fucking nuts. Number two, I had a lot of fucking work to do, and a lot of meetings to attend. And I was like,
You
yo, I
ran
just
an
want to.
8 hour space?
Yeah, man. I didn't even fucking realize it either, man. Honestly, I went to sleep. If you want to call that, I went to sleep at around like 6:30. If you want to call it sleep. And then I woke up at I think 8. And I was like, and then I tried to nap a little bit. And that shouldn't work out because it was like 9:30 at that point. I was like, what the fuck, man? Fuck that, man. I mean, they need to have trainers out here. Like you need to hire a trainer. Uh and you need to have like you need to be able to have like the best trainers around to like massage you after the fucking space, massage your neck, your feet, you know. Yo, this shit is crazy, seriously. Like holding spaces, man. I remember I used to when I used to hold spaces, I remember going like 72 hours at one point. 72 hours nonstop, didn't close the space. That shit was wild. That shit was crazy, man. That shit was during the peak of the bull run. We held the space open for 72 hours, like no sleep. We were rotating. I woke up to conversations. It was like that, and I expect the same thing to happen this time around. I think as soon as like you see Bitcoin popping off right now, it's over $62,000. Again, all you bitches that were crying, saying it's all over, it's all over, it's all over. Like I knew it. You were listening to fucking people that ski every 5 minutes. Well, you fucked yourselves. For those who held and did nothing and added to their positions, you guys, you're going to end up victorious. So congratulations. Let me give you. Let's go with Melted. Yo, Melted, this motherfucker. What's
Yeah.
going on, bro?
Hey, thanks for having me up today, David.
What up, motherfucker?
I just want to say one thing. Do not fucking fade C Casa. That's the last thing anybody in the world wants to do. If I would have just listened to C Casa from the start, and I always loved C Casa, but I just didn't. I was stuck on NFTs for too long. I still love NFTs, but I was stuck on them too long. I'd probably be up 10 to 15 million if I would have just not faded C Casa early. Do not fade anything C Casa puts his mind to.
You know, the craziest part is Sakasa comes out with that. You've seen that fucking novel, right, Melted?
Yeah.
And he writes out this fucking novel, bro. Like, listen, if you know how to read, like, it shouldn't take you more than fucking 2 minutes, right? But you look at this thing and it's like you're scrolling and it keeps going, bro. It's just like, holy fuck, bro. Right? So it's like, all right, it's like one of those things like, all right, I can get to this, right? Because like in this current society, like make it quick, right? It's like one of those make it quick. Meanwhile, he wrote out why he believes that whole Wojak verse is going to play out. So, and that shit again, it was up there for 6, 7 days before everything popped off. I wouldn't fade OGs like fucking Sakasa. Like I wouldn't fade people like him because they're not just going to come out here
Oh no.
and give you something where they're going to pull the rug under you, man. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
they're not.
wasn't talking to you with the don't. I know you know not to. I know you know what
No,
Sikoff
no,
is
no, no.
capable of.
I'm saying in general. Like I no, I agree with you. I'm just agreeing with you here that like he's not the type who's going to he's not the type to pull the rug. Like he would never do that. I don't think he would. I definitely have known him for a while here now to know what kind of dude this guy is, man. And I hate giving him flowers too. I hate giving him flowers. Nah, he deserves them
No, you
though.
don't.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. You know what it is? Like he's a real one, bro. He's a real one. Like, like I respect him. I definitely respect him. And, like there was a time where I was just going to put all my money into just like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And my mind switched up about memes because of him, because he was, I told you guys, I'm sure you guys heard the story already, but for those who are just joining in and who have never heard it, Like I got into Bobo when he told me about Bobo, like when it first came out, kind of thing. And like I was looking at this motherfucking asset after 7 months. I'm like, what is this shit? Like I literally, that was my reaction. It was just like, what is this thing, bro? Like it's not moving at all, man. I gotta like, and I was trying to just clean up my wallets, like, and like make sure that I position myself well for the next run. And I remember just saying like, I'm getting out of this kind of thing to him, and he was like, bro, like I'm not telling you to hold or buy, but just like go deeper into this shit. And I did that, man. I legit did that, and I said, holy fuck, you know, I got more, bro. I literally got more. And like you saw me, I went ape shit on the timelines. Like I was like full Bobo, bro.
Yeah,
Full Bobo mode.
I was the same way. I spent like 72 hours after Pepe dropped. Like all my friends were buying it. I was like asking them, like what does it do? I didn't buy it. It was I could have bought it at 100,000. I was asking them what does it do? Like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and that's I think we got so fucked. We got so fucked during 2021 that, even our closest friends on here or people that we
So
fuck with,
take a little
real
intermission over
motherfuckers out
here,
here, OGs who
talk
would
a
never
little bit,
fucking put you in a bad
and
position.
discuss what's going
They're
on
telling
in
you
the
like, yo,
show.
look at this
One
shit,
of
and
the
we're
interesting
ignoring them, right?
things that you can
Like we are
see
literally ignoring them.
that
I
people
have
are
people who ignore
talking
me.
about over
And they're
here,
like, they're texting with me now. They're
switch
like,
out
yo, I
the
wish I didn't,
screen,
I saw you fucking
is the idea
bullposting about this
that there
shit.
are
Yo,
plays
I don't
that
know
you
why I
are
faded you,
going
bro. Like,
to miss.
people are saying
You
that
can't
shit
get everything, but
now.
one of the best
It's like real
ways
OGs ain't
to
gonna fuck you,
go
bro.
ahead and
The
make sure
real
that you
OGs
don't
ain't
miss the
are not
good
gonna put you
plays
in a bad position. I think we
is
just
by
had
tuning
you've
into
been
the live streams
if you
that we
went through
do
that bull
here,
run and that bull
going
cycle with
ahead and
all those
making sure you
fucking dogs
follow
that came
some
out,
of the good
with all those
influencers and
motherfucking dogs and
voices in
derivatives,
the crypto
that shit fucks
space.
you up. It
And
did
by
fuck
staying
me
in
up. I
tune,
gotta tell you,
following
man.
the
I
socials,
have
you'll
still
start
till
to
this day
see the
PTSD from that shit,
commonality
bro.
in the projects
I
that
wanted
people are
to
following.
fucking
Why do they like investing
Kishu
in
and
them?
fucking
What makes a
Hawk and
quality
Cock and
project?
like
And
all
then when
this
the next
fucking shit,
Pepe
bro.
comes by,
All this shit that was
or
supposed
the
to be
next
the next Shiba
Bobo,
Inu, and this
you
shit was
can
straight
see
up
the
cock.
value
Okay, and
in
this shit
that
was
project and
nothing
why you
but
would want
cock.
to
Okay,
invest.
like
And that's really
I was,
going
I
to help
literally
you
said they should have sent me
maximize
a
your
jersey saying
potential
like
for this
with the
bull run
initials like
and allow
fucking
you to get the
EL, bro, because
most
I was just
out
straight
of
up exit
it.
liquidity for
You
these
have to make sure
motherfuckers,
that
bro.
you're tapped in and
I
following the
was like, yo, this
information
time around, bro,
X,
I
YouTube,
am, I won
and
with
really
I
Twitter is
won
the
with all
main
the
place that
utilities in
this information
2021,
comes
but I was
out
like, yo,
first.
this
But there's
time
a lot
around with the
that
memes,
you can
bro,
find it. So
I'm not just
tap into that
chasing. I'm
information,
not going
take
to chase
notes, follow
and
along,
become
and
somebody's
see
fucking
what
exit
is
liquidity.
going
I'm going to
on
make
a
sure I'm
day-to-day
positioning
basis
myself correctly.
and what are the
And
main
during the bear
voices
market,
in
I
this
took the
space
time to do that.
buying
I know in
and
my
how those
heart
projects are
that I
doing things.
played
Some of
this
the things we want to
motherfucking game
see
right,
is the
bro, from
consistency
all
from
angles
the
to
art.
make sure that
We want
when
to
this
see
shit
a
runs up,
strong chart that's not
bro, like I will
manipulated
be
and
smiling
strange
along
up
with the
and
rest of
down
my peers,
lines.
hopefully. So
And the
Yeah, and
consistency
that's the
is
big thing of it
really
is finding the
what
right pocket. Because
brings
all
the
those
best
pump and dumps.
results.
You saw
And
what
most
happened
of the
this morning
large
with
charts that got
RTR,
to 100
whatever it
million or
was. Like
billions
you just got to find that
started
pocket
off
of motherfuckers that you
smaller,
fuck
sort of
with,
like
and
Bloodboy,
keep
where
it
it's not an
small,
immediate up and it has its up and
and
downs, but that
find the
consistency
right people,
is
and
going
just
to
as soon as
bring
someone shows you who they
the
are,
best results
believe them
ultimately.
and cut them off,
And eventually that really turns into a
and
larger
you can
market
just
cap
continue building your network like that.
when the bull run gets started and
and
it's going off, that
it's all
euphoria
about
comes in,
building
that liquidity
relationships.
comes in, people
And
from outside
I'll
crypto
say
start
this,
coming into the
I'm gonna
market.
give Sakasta
That's
more
going to
flowers.
bring
What
those
he's
really
been
big
able to do
results that
is
you
build
want
a
to see
network
and those 100
where
X's that
people
come. But it really
trust
comes from a
him.
team and
Like, for
projects that
instance,
are committed to the
replay
long
some of my
term in
shows,
what they are
my
doing.
podcast, where
So
I
just wanted
really,
to touch
and even
base on
at
that, and people
conferences
like
like
Sakasta,
Blockchain
David, when they
Futures,
follow a
I said that we
project
need to
or
support the
they're
fucking
involved.
artists
And
and
for
give
example,
artists the
we've used
platform. My
Sakasta's
NFT
artist and been a
conferences,
part of his
I
meme
said that we need to
competition.
support the artists.
That's a real
We need to
sign
fucking put an
towards
artist on a
not
fucking
only is the
pedestal.
project
And we
invested
don't do that. We fail at
into
that. We fucking hide the
building,
artists.
it's also invested
Artists get like
into the
fucking
assets,
1%, and the
community, and
fucking people that are
networking
running the
that
fucking
brings the
just running
success.
the project
Because
get
when people from
99%.
other
Showcase the
projects that are
artist, right? So what has
successful
Sakasa done?
invest
Like he's put out these
and
fucking
they
contests
participate, like
every
David's been
single
a
fucking
supporter of
month,
Bloodboy from the beginning.
showcasing the artist
It
and giving
really
them a fucking
shows that they see
opportunity
something
not only to
special in the
shine,
project,
but
and
also
you
win a prize, right? But
want
I don't really,
to
it's
take
nice to
note
win that
of
prize, no
why,
doubt
and
about it. But
also
I
put a little bit
guarantee
in
you
your
it's more
portfolio of the
meaningful for
projects
them
that
to
they're
be
talking
seen,
about,
right,
because
by a
most of the
huge
best
crowd and a
projects
huge
that happen
audience.
for this bull run
He's been able
are
to do
already
that.
here.
What do you
The
think
trick
their
is just to
loyalties
make
are
sure
going
that
to
you
be,
find them, and
especially
getting
when
them
it's time to
quiet, getting
create
them
some
at a good
fucking dope
price
ass
is
art?
really a game changer.
Think about
So we'll
that.
go ahead and tune
Because there's not
back
many,
in
like,
and
you look at some of
listen
these fucking meme
into
assets,
the other
what are they
space
really
as well.
delivering? Like, literally, just sit back and think about that. What are they really delivering? Are they delivering a story when they're putting out those fucking memes? Do they know the pulse? Like, are they really that good? Like, half of these things that are even doing well, are they really that good? No. Let's keep it a buck. No. If it wasn't for the history, like that art, some of the art don't hit. So, what do you think they'll, these artists, like, there's a bunch of them. There's a fucking bunch of them. Where do you think their loyalties are gonna lie? Think about what they can fucking do. That's why I'm bullish on Tally right now. That's why I'm bullish on like a lot of the shit in the Wojak verse, because the shit that they're doing is fucking crazy. Ink, yo, shout out to Ink. This dude is fucking phenomenal, bro. This shit's work is like fucking immaculate, man. Like, yo, I love art. When I see the shit that he's doing, these aren't memes. These are fucking these are pieces, bro. These are fucking pieces you would fucking hang up in your office, man.
Yeah.
They're honestly they're separating. They're doing something fucking special, and we don't even have the word for it yet. Because they could be memeing, but this shit ain't. This is memeing on a different level, bro. This is shit you could see in a fucking art gallery in New York City. Go ahead, Melton. I didn't mean to break you up, or Jules, whoever was first.
Go ahead, Jules.
No, I was just going to comment because I'm assuming you're talking about. Well, there's a lot of artwork with multiple things. Like Bobo's got good artwork. I respect Sikasa's vibe on like, yo, the artist, because I remember in last cycle how many cease and desists got served, because like it wasn't a big deal when you're at 1 million or 20 million or 50 million, but God willing, your meme coin goes really, really high. That could be an issue later on. And the artists won't say shit now until they start seeing it rotated on the news all the time. And then they're like, damn. So like the respect and kind of involvement that Sikasa wants with artists. I mean, to me, I texted IRL buddies about like six figures, that trust me when I saw brainlet art, when I started connecting the dots of like the NFT, the ETH community basically gave us NFTs. Like that's what they did. So when you start seeing this art and you see the artist being given love, the IP of your meme coin's market cap is protected in a way. And that can't be said for every meme coin project out there. And so that may not be an issue now, but it will be later. And if you're recognizing those artists and kind of involving them from the beginning, that's A, it's the classy thing to do, but B, you're also protecting the market cap of your project, later on down the line. But when I heard them talking about uh, a digital, gallery, like whether it's a website or whatever, and I like instantly I was like, damn man, these are the same people that gave you fucking NFTs. The whole NFT market you can give back to Ethereum and say thank you very much. Some of the best Web3 native artists are from Ethereum, right? That's why I was vibing with the whole brainlet play. But anyway, I digress.
In the depths of the bear, we were fucking collecting memes through NFTs. Putting them up on Cyber. 6529 his meme project, a bunch of the MF meme project. And this is just it's a better way to do it because it's not overpriced pictures. You can buy as little or as much as you want and be a part of a community.
I agree with that. Meme season, blue chip assets. Good conversations about obviously the artists and what actually makes what actually makes um, what actually makes a dope meme. What's the recipe, man? What's the recipe to making a dope ass meme asset? Anybody can answer this on stage.
Yeah, can I jump in real quickly?
Yeah,
Also,
for
shout
sure.
out to the artists.
I think it's so important. You really
Real
start
quick,
to
I
win.
want to give a shout out to Blends as well, bro. I forgot to fucking mention Blends and also Marlon. That dude also. Go ahead, my bad, Bloodboy.
No, I think it was so important what you touched on with the artist. Meme coin, it's two words, and it also answers your question about what makes a good meme. You know, the meme is the art, the meme is what makes you feel, what connects to you in this world of meme coins. We're really just sharing sort of a story, sharing a culture. And if you can share the culture in a way that the artist understand how to meme it and draw art, not just like memes where it's, you know, copy and paste, but full art scenes that explain it. If that story can be told, that narrative can be told through the art in a way that people connect and understand to, that's what's really going to separate the projects out. I mean, we've had Ink do stuff for us as well, but like talking about Bobo the Bear, for example, it connects to people on an emotional level with what's happening in the market. And it also connects in a way that you can use it in art, whether the bear is killing the bull or the bull's killing the bear. So you have this story, this narrative that's connecting to people's emotions, the market, and it's also being shown through the art. I think that is one of the most important things. And Brainlet's doing that as well, where it told a narrative that the artist can then take and put into interesting art from their own perspective of it, but it connects to everybody, that story. And that brings things to a whole nother level.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I want to jump in with just kind of like a different take, a different style, like the mogs, like the glasses. It's just something that everybody knows, they see. It's just a viral kind of thing, and sometimes it's that simple. Something that like you don't have to ask too many questions. You just see it. You're like, I've been wearing these glasses, or I'm gonna go grab a pair of these. I want to be part of that, and like that's literally all it takes for that one. Like you throw it on your PFP, you're instantly connected to all of this, and like there's art that comes out of that, and that's what makes it even more cool, because like you see these people come up, like even myself, I've drawn visors and stuff like that, as a sample for a tattoo idea, and as cartoon kind of stuff, but it's just the visor, like it's just then the vipers, that's all it took. And it's just, it shows you that it doesn't have to just be one thing. It's the cultural thing, it's what everybody can relate to, they can be part of. If it's viral, like when I talk to guys, at gyms and stuff like that aren't into crypto, that are asking me, I'm like, well, what memes do you know of? And know of the Joshua one instantly. Like they're like, oh, I see this one, all the time on Instagram and like TikTok and stuff like that. And like it's those kind of things. Like they don't even realize what those memes are, what they mean to crypto people, until they hear my side. They're like, no shit, we thought that was just like a joke. It's like you're having a hard day, like you're saying with the Boba one, like you're having a bad day, you see this funny picture of this bear, like you relate to it because you're invested into it. But other people, they just see some of these things and they laugh and they share it with their friends, like, oh, that's a good meme. You know what I mean? Like that's a good one. It just gets through their day. So it doesn't have to be too much like into like a narrative sometimes, if everybody just gets it and they can get along, or they can relate to it sometimes.
I got a different take, but I want to clarify. David, is the question what makes a good meme? What's the recipe for a good meme or a good meme coin?
I would say a meme project. Let's go with meme. Well, when I
Okay.
say meme asset, I'm talking about the whole thing, the whole project.
Okay. Because honestly, Sikasa, like listening to him talk about memes, because that's what he talks about. And, and then we go, okay, it's a meme coin. I'm learning more just kind of by listening to like the way he thinks about it. But as far as meme coins, my take on it is that, and I look at it more from like a branding and a marketing background. If I say the word Nike right now, odds are most people in this room, 99% are going to know Nike, maybe 100%, Adidas, okay, McDonald's, right? So these are things that, we all have an awareness of that they exist. And I think the meme coin market struggles with this. You've got newer memes that come on the scene, and I'm kind of starting to come to the realization, just me personally, that meme coins are a lot like aged wine. The older the better. And The marketing reason for that, though, is can someone who comes into the meme coin market for the very first time, or someone who's been here for a long time with big bags, say, oh, yeah, I know that meme. Yeah, I've used that meme. Yeah, that's hilarious. I send that shit to my friends. Yeah, totally. I think that's a beginning recipe for a good meme coin. And I think, and I hold tickers that don't fall under this category for a different reason, narrative and everything like that. So I'm not saying I'm not tribal like that. Like, oh, this is all I buy. I'm a money maxi. But I think for an excellent meme coin that can be scalable on a global level, it already has to have pre-existing market penetration, i.e., people know about it. People have used it. They've sent it to each other. And I think that's a really strong foundation. I mean, look at Matt Furie. Look at Pepe. That was a decade long journey from art and, 4chan, and then politics when Trump started using it, and then crypto, right? And so that was a long fucking cook. So I think that the recipe for a good meme coin is how long has it been around? How many people were using it before any money was associated with it? They'll instantly kind of recognize it. And I think that's a good foundation for a meme coin.
Good shit, man. Appreciate that. Anybody else want to touch on this?
I want to add in one other thing that I think is really important with a meme coin. Yeah, the use every day is amazing. Those ones always do great. The other thing is the liquidity narrative for a meme coin project. There's different coins have different market caps, and the rotation of liquidity typically comes down from people who have Pepe or Bobo when they get the 100x or 1000x, whatever it is, or bread. They're going to rotate their liquidity down into smaller market cap projects that have that familiarity to them, whether it's a Matt Furie or it's a market meme, or it comes from the Wojak verse, from Wojak down to Brainlit, for example. I think that projects who are smaller, putting that same familiarity where people see, I see them building the same way that we built Bobo, or the same way that we built Brad, or the same way that we built Pepe. That's also really, really important for a meme coin project, that they see, that the people with the money from other successful ones see that familiar storyline playing out.
Sorry about that, guys. I heard you, Bloodboy, by the way. Um, I get text messages. I always get text messages right when I'm fucking listening to people fucking preach about shit. Um, man, my entire thought process about meme assets has changed this year. I'll say in the last probably in the last not what I should say probably in the last 9 months, my entire view of memes has changed. I thought memes were, if you don't go and dive deep into memes, like really dive deep into meme culture, I don't think you'll have a good understanding about what memes really are. And then assets themselves, man. Honestly, I think like if you have a really good team and a really good concept and a really good narrative long term, and you're not looking to satisfy people in the short term, I think your asset will win. Like as long as it really does have some dope ass history to it, and as long as you have some really good artists at hand to go and you know uh and put out your vision out there for said project, I think you win. So um, I can really get down to it and talk for like 3 hours about what I think about memes, but I don't want to hog up the mic. Welcome to meme season. Blue chip assets. Only blue chip assets. I don't want to hear about something that was created a minute ago. By the way, I missed out on Josh was in here yesterday, and he was like, him and Barbie were like talking about that. What is that? The Fuku? What is the fucking name of that?
Fuku.
Fuku?
Who's Fuku?
It's like fuck you. It's like fuck you. That shit went. Uh, they were create. Both were created. Again, the dog meta scares me. I'm telling you, I have PTSD on the dog meta, bro. But
The
these
narrative made
ones,
sense, though. I mean, I'm not
it's
crazy on
true.
the dog narrative too, but that narrative made sense.
It did pop. It did pop. So congratulations to anybody who went on the Ethereum side, because the Ethereum one really
Yep,
popped.
that's the one I aped into.
Yeah.
I'm like you, David. I have fun on Solana, but I definitely feel like Ethereum, it's just more stable usually.
I need to know. So, like, here's my thing. If I get into a meme on Solana, I need to.
So, quick commentary on what David was saying about what makes a good meme project. You have the use of the art in a day-to-day basis that's familiar. That's something that people can understand. And I'll bring in Bloodboy for how that works. Lately, the market has been down. It's coming back now, but the idea of when the markets are bloody by the blood, even if it's your own, it's a famous saying from Warren Buffett. That's something that can be used as a meme on a day-to-day basis, and that's a really strong point that Bloodboy has. We also have like Bobo the Bear following us and being used with us for us being a market meme. When the markets are bloody by the blood, so you have the liquidity narrative of the money flowing down from the larger market cap market memes into Bloodboy. We see that with the wallet crossover. Then you also have the Matt Furie verse. And the Matt Furie verse is extremely powerful because of Pepe leading the way of this bull run in terms of market cap and really setting the standard. I think that, and we see it in the wallets also, those larger Pepe holders are looking for the projects that are creating the same community, the same strength, the same way of building as they did. And that's another part that brings a lot of liquidity down into Bloodboy. From you have the Boys Club of Matt Furie, you have Pepe, the Pepe verse, and as well the market memes. So the familiarity of those things really is going to be a large driver of success in a project like the last run you saw Doge and then Shiba. And it really came about with the idea of, oh, dog coins are running. Let's make other dog coins. The same thing here. There's market meme coins that are running. Let's go ahead and invest into other market meme coins as well as other Mad Fury coins. So look for that narrative that is familiar from the larger market caps. Look for it in the smaller market caps to get the access, to get a higher return on the money that you invest. But make sure that storyline and the reason that those larger market caps succeeded are also showing in the smaller market caps that you look to invest in, like Bloodboy. We'll tune back into the spaces now.
Then I got in. Really, like, yeah, he was pushing Brainland on there early, from like 1.5 million to 30 million at the all-time high. And that one's just going to keep cooking. But you were talking about art. Look at this piece I pinned up above that someone dropped today. It's the Brainland tally.
I'm telling you, that's dope, and I like what they're doing. Like how they're incorporating Brainlit into like all these plays. Like I've seen the Bobo piece. I've seen the Towley piece. What else did I see? There was other things that were put out there. I forgot what other pieces, but I seen those two particularly that were out there. So, shout out to the artists, man. I feel like we're celebrating the artists, man. I feel like today's space is about let us celebrate the artists, bro. Without the artists, we do not have meme season 2.0. I don't believe I honestly don't believe we have a thriving meme economy if we don't have dope ass artists creating these memes um, within our fucking ecosystem. I think we're back in utilities. I had this thought today. I think we would probably be back in utilities and we'd be talking about Near Protocol, Kusama, Polkadot, Chainlink. Does Chainlink get have any more competition? Is anybody going to rise and compete with Chainlink? Like we would be having these conversations. I can't find the space right now, which is crypto related, that is talking about utility plays. I can't find one space that is literally talking about utility tokens. All the
I,
spaces that I find now
I
are
mean,
all meme related, and it has nothing to do with my algorithm.
I'm seeing it more starting to happen, but I think the understanding is like utilities are a sign of like deeper liquidity, right? Like, why do we have metas in crypto, in particularly in meme coins right now, right? Just speak to that. Oh, it's celebrity mega. Oh no, it's politify. Oh no, it's this. Oh no, it's that. So we have these metas, these rotations. Oh no, now it's pump fund. Like the market moves around because it gets tired of what it's having right now. They get rugged and scammed enough, and then they move into another thing. And I've been seeing, I personally think people come to a point of exhaustion because they don't understand the meme coin market and they don't know how to bid things of high quality or that have some sort of reason or rhyme behind why they're holding it that's bullish long term. They don't understand how this market works. And so a lot of new people got into utility plays because they come from the Web2 world where you invest in companies, right? And so they want to invest in the technology. And I've been noticing a lot more utility plays come on the scene. The problem though with utility plays is like how much faster can we make the blockchain? Like how much more secure, how much more private, and like there's all these, we're launching a new blockchain. I feel like that's the thing, right? We're launching a new blockchain, but then the question becomes, does it even solve a problem? And for me personally, I'm going to bid utilities going into the bull run, and I'm seeing some pop up on my radar now, but I'm not going to be bidding them for the same reasons I did last time. I'm going to be bidding them because they're solving problems that the current users are already faced with. And if you look at the data and the money inflow to things like Maestro Bot, which is a Telegram bot, and Banana Gun or whatever it's called, you can literally go on websites and they pull the on-chain data of how much money these guys are making. They're outperforming certain dexes. Why? Because everybody wants to swap and they want to swap faster. They don't give a fuck about some new, it's multi-layer, this, that, layer two. Like they don't really get, they just want to, I want to swap and I want to swap fast. It'd be great if I could just get the CA in my Telegram group and then slap it in there. So Paw is one that's up here, in listeners, and they're solving a problem that I'm bullish on. But, I don't have a partnership with them or anything, but they're solving an issue between liquidity that moves between different blockchains. So things that are reducing friction, I think are going to do really, really well. But things that are just trying to be cool and it's all about the tech and it's like ordinals. Anyway, I'll probably get shot for saying that. That didn't go over like super well because there's too much friction.
Ordinals are great. That was great. More PTSD. More PTSD. Hey, listen, you know what? I'll say that you never know. You never know. You never know if they make a comeback during, obviously, like I said it last night. I don't know if you're in the space, but I think the NFT market will come back, but it'll come back at the tail end because people will have fuck you money, especially new people with like who just literally get newfound money, and everybody will have a dick measuring contest on how they can buy and sweep floors, and you'll see like the whole NFT market explode again, and that'll go ahead and bring back for a few months. It'll bring back that market, and so it might be a good time. Listen, it might be a good time to look at that. Look at that market and say, you know what, I'll buy up some things and I'll hold them and see what happens. Listen, nobody thought Bored Apes would explode either, right? When Pranksy was giving out Bored Apes for free, like Pranksy was doing contests and he was giving out Bored Apes. Nobody thought they would take off and go to the fucking be sold at fucking $5 million worth of ETH and shit. So it's always good to be ahead of the game, man. So you got to take chances. Welcome to meme season. Blue chip assets. Probably going to hold this room up for probably another 15 minutes because I'm getting to the point where I'm getting into territory and I'm scared that I might get flamed for having a room open. Apparently, I need to go ahead and get clearance from multiple channels.
Ah,
In regards
that
to,
shit. Hey,
no, I gotta
hey,
get
David,
clearance. I gotta get
can
clearance.
I just say when Melted? I just scrolled the timeline. Hey, David, Melted, Jules, Blood, Shogun, all you guys.
Hey, life.
How are you, man? I just looked at Soaring, Brainlet, and Towley before you popped it up there, and that's when I requested to come up, because the artwork in Brainlet is, to me, the sickest art I've seen. It reminds me, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Robert Williams, and I've said this before. He's an incredible artist from the 70s, and look at the stuff. It's very similar. Painting, some of his original paintings are going for millions of dollars. And the minute I saw the Brainlet artwork, I was hooked. Not only that, but when I read that soliloquy that Sikasa put on, I just fucking sprayed my. I went for almost all of it. So I just think that and this is one thing that in my quest for meme coins, I always have this feeling of follow the art, and then the money will follow. That's just my kind of meta. I go for the art, and if it's sick fucking art, I think the community and the money will follow. The whole dog cat thing, great, cute, make your money, great, but lasting, multi-cycle projects to me are art, and this art is just sick. So
You know what I think these artists did? They gave it life. Not saying it didn't have life already, but they gave the shit life. Like you can look at these things, and it was funny when we were looking at these um, pieces of fucking art, as I'm going to call them, when when I was hosting that show with Sakasa, and I think Bloodboy was there and a bunch of other people, right? The details that they put in to these fucking pieces of art were fucking dope. Like I was looking at these things, I was like, yo, finding things. Like I was like, this is the type of shit you do at art galleries. Like you don't do this shit on a meme, bro. Like they've really brought life into memes.
I would put them in parts of my home, 100%. My wife might not, but certain parts of the home that are kind of like towards my. I think they're masterpieces. Some of them. It's really.
Motherfuckers are doing shit like Dali
Yeah.
and fucking Van Gogh and fucking Picasso and this motherfucker, bro. Shit is it's crazy, man. We got the new Picasso, Van Gogh, Dali, but seriously, in this space, we have people like that right now working on memes, bro. Working on memes, bro. And this hopefully gives them a platform to like work on other memes, which shouldn't be a problem either. Like now, like these artists will be recognized, and maybe they can go and work on other assets and bring them motherfuckers to life. Like it's a win-win, man. It's a complete win for the ecosystem, man. What's up, Big M? How's it going, bro?
Is that me?
That's Emma. Yeah, man.
Yo,
What's up, bro?
what's good, yo? Just wanted to hop in on the artist conversation and all that. Uh, yeah, it's super dope, man. I see like all these, shout out to Casa, shout out like everyone in the space, bro. Like if you're an artist, it's just like the NFT stuff. Like it's NFTs, but like meme coins are just super fractionalized art. Like it's one piece of art, like it's a bobo, and it's like fractionalized into like a billion tokens, and it's like art uh, gives like culture to tech. Like without art, like the tech is just a utility coin. It doesn't have like any culture to it. So definitely, like I keep preaching to my artist friends, like just get in the space, but they don't understand it in the same way. But yeah, I see like a lot of people like they pushing a meme coin, like they're making it like their whole identity, and it's like you are your greatest asset. Like push yourself, like how you push a meme coin, bro, and it'll pay you back. Investing in yourself is like will create better returns than any like meme coin you are like pushing. So like you invest in yourself and like the rest will follow. Kind of what I want to add, like with the assets, and you are your greatest asset, pretty much.
For real, man. I agree with that, man. Soka, what's going on, man?
Yo, how's it going? Yeah, thanks for bringing me up. Sorry, I had to switch headphones to make, how spaces are. But I want to say, obviously, before I go into my comment, thanks so much for having me up, and thanks for dropping all the alpha, all these guys, Jules, see you all around, Bloodboy, Melted, Shogun, everyone. So thank you, because, hey, we're all going to get super rich this cycle if you haven't gotten there already. So the discussion that really resonated with me that I wanted to kind of discuss a little bit, or at least give some of my thoughts that I think might provide some help here, or at least add to the conversation, is you asked what makes a really good meme coin project. And I think that people answered that very well. There was a lot of good perspectives, and I don't really have so much to add there. But the thing that I wanted to add is, what I'm looking for when I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to place my bets for this cycle, my conviction plays, or just my straight degen plays. It's really about, look, I'm not 100% sure that of what the exact recipe might be. Obviously, there's things that I do look for, but I just want to know who is good at driving engagement. What projects in this attention-based economy are the best at acquiring that attention? And how can I get visibility into that before it's really reflected in that price action? So there's an ambulance going by. Who knows what's happening out there? But so what is reflected in that price action? So as I'm tracking data, social data on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, Telegram, etc., I just want to know which projects can capture attention and go viral and drive engagement. And then you can gather that data and that information, and then you can relate it to market cap. And so, I know Jules has said before, there's this idea of the law of 7. You got to see something 7 times before it really sticks in your brain and resonates. So for someone to see a meme coin project, or a project generally, or a brand, or a product, whatever you want to call it, if you're able to see brands penetrating onto people's timelines through aggregating data through these various APIs, and understanding what is being said about those projects, you can front run and say, hey, I'm obviously rocking the Ponky PFP. Not a show for Ponky. There's a lot of great projects out there, but I know that Ponky's driving a lot of positive engagement. So I know that if they're driving engagement and the engagement is up 10% day over day, 20% week over week, and it keeps going up, well, then I can guess that the price is going to go up. So the main summary, tying a bow on that conversation, because that's what I do. I like to gather social interaction data and then make decisions based on that. I'm not the person that's necessarily going to be in there saying this is a good meme coin or that's a bad meme coin. What I want to do is kind of cast a wide net, capture all the meme coins, analyze the data, and then say, these are the ones that I know are doing a good job. I'm not sure why they're doing a great job necessarily, but it's irrelevant to me because all I know is that the number on the screen week over week, day over day is going up, and that eventually will translate into market cap.
That's why you need to tell David to buy
John,
Ponky Soka.
I'm going to look into that right after the show, which has now come to an end. And I wanted to, by the way, personally thank everybody for tuning in. You guys have been a blast. Obviously, I don't host spaces that much. Uh,
You should.
no, I don't, because I need I'm right now. I'm filing for trying to file for a fucking hall pass. Until I get the whole pass, I won't be hosting spaces. But it seems like there is a slot available at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So maybe, just maybe, I might have more of these spaces where we just talk about memes and shit, and talk about the markets and whatever's trending um, at that current time. But I do appreciate everybody. Um, I got the TG, so if you guys have Bobo, hit me up. Hit Saucy up to see if you can get into that fucking TG. Stonks as well, Towley as well. If you don't got Towley, fuck y'all. That means that y'all don't support the movement that fucking Sakasa went ahead and put out there. Um, that's disrespectful. I gotta say, man. Damn, that's a spit in the face. But yeah, I hope that you guys.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this live stream. And hopefully you got to get some alpha from the spaces. There's some real amazing people there, and some awesome art that was shared, and some great alpha that came from everything. I think it's really important to understand how important the art is, how important it is to understand the support you see from other people around the space. It's also really important to see the engagement numbers like Soka was talking about, and that's something here at Bloodboy we've been growing through live stream, through video content, and also through now working to expand to other social platforms. So streaming live, not just on X, but also streaming live on YouTube. And the more platforms you're on, the better. The more art you have, the better. You actually can see in the virtual studio here some amazing artwork that was made for the meme competition for Bloodboy. It's super important that we invest in our artists because they are, the first word of the meme coin is meme, and the meme is from the artist. So, let's support our artists, and good projects that have that art is going to really create that brand, help strengthen the narrative, and that's how you get really far, is by having that. So thank you again for tuning in. Make sure to follow, to like, and to turn on notifications so when we go live, you always get to hear this. And we'll be in some really interesting spaces and also providing commentary on those spaces as well. Thank you, and I'll see everybody soon.